Yes, thank you very much, MC. I hope you can hear me well. Very good morning, His Excellency Yok Ngoi, for presenting beside the opening ceremony, and also His Excellency, Her Excellency, and college. Now allow me to turn off the video so that we have a strong signal for the internet, and also I think the host may turn off the mic for those who are not active. And allow me to share the screen. The host, please allow me to share the screen so that I can show my presentation.
Yes, it is already now. You can start your presentation.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. Can you see the screen?
Yes. Please read in full screen.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Yes. Very honorable to have chance to present the knowledge and tech transfer through university industry linkage as both a former academic staff and also a government regulator on tech transfer as well. So at the department, at the General Directorate of Science, Technology, Innovation, we have Department of Tech Transfer, which very relevant to what is the topic, what mainly what our mandate on tech transfer, technology transfer ecosystem in Cambodia. So briefly, through our mandate at General Directorate of Science, Technology and Innovation of MISTI, I would like to say shortly MISTI, we are in the position to prepare strategic policy road mapping and law regulation, and tech transfer is one of them, including digital technology and emerging technology as seen in this. Apology, this one is an official translation from our sub-degree 48 released this year on the establishment of the Ministry of Industry, Science, Technology and Innovation. So these are our mandate, and it's also available in our website. So the existing structure to formulate all of these tasks, all of this mandate, you may see we have a degree, royal degree, sub-degree 48, and we are a responsible body on science, technology and innovation of ASEAN, and we have existing document from policy, STI policy. So additionally, we have also preparing technological part and innovation part, which is our mandate as well. So the theme of the conference today is very important. You may see in our mandate, we have to look for technological part and innovation part, which I think tech transfer play a very important role, and how knowledge is transferred from university to private sectors. And you see in the picture there, several countries, our neighboring country are already ready with all of this. You may see in the top journal on the Straits Times Singapore, looking for skill, multifaceted skill training to their staff to cope Industrial Revolution 4.0. Vietnam also recently, the Prime Minister of Vietnam adopted 5 top sector for their developments, as well as they have planned for 2035 unicorn company with investment in technology of almost 10 billion US dollar. And the technological park in Hanoi is already there. So the ecosystem in the region is there, and it's our mandate, not only MISTI, but also Ministry of Education, to produce the right human resource, which reflect the need, which reflect the demand of private sector to address new challenge of Industrial Revolution 4.0, for instance. So here's additionally our mandate, which tech transfer is play a very important role there, that government, academia, and industry must be there. Actually, when you look at the ecosystem of tech transfer in Cambodia, we are quite, so I would like to say it's quite young into that. We have seen very limited technology is transferred to private sector. We have seen very insufficient in general regulation framework to support this ecosystem. So what are the top sector that Vietnam, for instance, have been? I think it's not so far from what we are doing in Cambodia as well. So let's say what we are doing priority right now for technology transfer in Cambodia. So we have to look at the political platform, national plan strategy. I think it's there already. If you look at rectangular strategy phase 4, if you look at industrial policy, if you look at higher education roadmap mentioned by His Excellency Yong this morning, if you look at the STEM policy, if you look at STI policy recently published late 2020, all are prioritized STI, which require a good ecosystem of technology transfer. But the trend as well, if you look at the trend in the region, we have seen most of some our neighboring country have seen the importance of STI require a good ecosystem of technology. We have actually in ASEAN level, we have a COSI, Committee of Science, Technology and Innovation of ASEAN, and another top sector that we have to look is fast change of technology. When you look at the fast change of technology, you have to see how those technology is
Yes, His Excellency Ho Sing Hoon, we cannot hear you now.
Dr. Singh is frozen now. Dr. Singh,
I think he's not
I hear
here.
you.
He's not here. Maybe his internet connection is unstable. Please accept our language. We cannot find His Excellency Dr. Ho Sing here in the Zoom meeting, so please wait for a few minutes. I'm sorry.
Dr. Cho.
Yes. Good morning. Dr. Cho, can you mute your side, your microphone?
Yeah. Hello. Sorry. Hello.
Welcome back, Dr. Singh. Welcome back.
There is problem with the internet connection. Sorry for the inconvenience. Yes. Okay. Let me continue my talk. Can you see the screen? Hello. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Hello.
It's showing now.
So
Not yet. Okay.
Let me continue. Yeah, when we look at the ecosystem of tech transfer there, we cannot forget about economic. And next one is opportunity. When we look at the geopolitics, when we look at arriving of Industrial Revolution 4.0, it induces us with challenge and opportunity as well. So what are the potential of which allows to practice from Industrial 4.0? And the strength, we have to look as well, what are our strengths in terms of young age, emerging economy, and also good ecosystem prioritized by the government. For instance, Mystery on Board is there. So all of this top sector, I think if you look at the government have prioritized several sectors already, which is not different from what Vietnam prioritized recently. And next let me brief. Apology, it's quite wordy, my slide, but I will not talk or recite one by one all of this. So these are the mandate of what is the Department of Tech Transfer we are working. So I will not talk one by one, but to emphasize that tech transfer require a good collaboration between university and private sector. Everybody know that, but not just the word. So what are the real problems in private sector allowing a good knowledge from research university to be transferred to the private sector, while innovations play a role there. For instance, the university doing research, find new knowledge, how this knowledge is transferred for commercialization. So the transfer ecosystem from university to private sector need a proper regulation, need a proper guidance, need a proper framework. If not, it's nice to say university that be linkage, but what are the confidence or trust ecosystem all among these players? For instance, university doing research, problem driven by a private sector. How private sector do having a confidence or trust on university research quality, and how the fund is channeled from a private sector to university. These are a challenging ecosystem in Cambodia that from government side, like what we are doing, we try to formulate a proper or a good mechanism allowing this ecosystem is taken place. So we will not just connect private sector university, but we bring a regulation that impose or somehow, I want to say, or require private sector to collaborate, to bring problem to university. Because if you rely on university alone, university will not do business in general. but private sector will do business. That's the way and play the role there. So these are important for technology transfer ecosystem in university. So what to do? I think this, I put point what to do. Research and development for the interest of nation. So how do we prioritize the interest of the nation? When you do research and you do tech transfer, it has to go with some priorities like security, health, trade, knowledge creation. But make sure all of this is transferred to private sector. Public-private partnership model. I think everybody have agree with me that public model is a good one, but how this public-private partnership is met? For instance, attraction, confident, and open have been a challenge for public model partnership in Cambodia. We have seen few model impact hub like a development partner only. They are working with their own direction, for instance. And we have digital startup, we have Khmer enterprise, we have SME bank. So all of these are play a role of public-private partnership. But I can ask a question: how $1 million, how investment is met by private sector, or problem from private sector address or bring to university for doing research and transfer those technology to private sector? I don't see much yet, but the ecosystem is somehow, we have seen this important. We have, for instance, the startup create crowdfunding in the sense that private sector will bring problem, and then university professor do research and solve that problem or upgrade production line or whatever in private. But I haven't, so far, we don't have a regulation framework, guidance allowing a trust or confidence or attraction enough private sector to do this. So we do agree that this is important, but make sure that private sector we really want to come with this challenging. Third one, we work closer with government, legal framework, policy, private sector problem, upgrade, and capacity building. Even capacity building is challenges right now. University, we have seen university do a lot of research, but how private sector can be capacitated by what knowledge created by the private. So all of this need a proper collaboration with government sector. And I myself from MISTI is ready to work on there. But I myself acknowledge that a lot of things in France to be done, ensuring this ecosystem is going well. Fourth one is quality of human resource. We have to acknowledge this, private sector, we always say when you work private sector, university professor give result tomorrow, private sector require result yesterday. So how can you work together? So quality human resource is very important there. A human resource which really providing trust, confidence to private sector to invest and to bring their problem to university. Fifth one, commitment. I think at institutional level, commitment must be there. And last one, innovation. I think innovation I put there, it's not just a word. We know what in Khmer. It's beyond that. It's a definition. What does it mean in innovation? The commercialize there, but in some definition, innovation, it reflects one context to another context. Let's say in the US system, once it is already available in market, when you have a market plan from research, research is knowledge. When you produce knowledge, how this knowledge can transform, can be transferred into manufacturing. When this transform into manufacturing, how it is transferred into market. When it turns to market, how this one is sustained in the market. This how definition in the US meaning of innovation. But for us, we have to come back to what is definition. So ecosystem of tech transfer is, go step by step from one to another like this. That's how I want to wrap up last at the end, that tech transfer from university to private sector require a good framework, require guideline, require commitment, require a real PPP models, require a good quality of human resource from university itself as well. But of course, I do acknowledge that from time to time, we must work together to bring what are the problems from private sector to university as well, so that we can synergize the work together. That would be the end of my presentation. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much, Excellency Dr. Ho Sing Heng, for your impressive presentation. It is a good opportunity to learn about what the Department of Technology Transfer of the General Department of Science, Technology and Innovation is currently doing, and what we all should do in order to strengthen knowledge and technology transfer through university industry linkage. Thank you so much. We have some questions for you. Let me share the screen of the questions. Can you see the screen I'm sharing? One question from Mr. Kalti Hub from Role. Okay, the question is how to encourage private sector to collaborate with higher education institutions in order to boost any research areas.
Yes, thanks, Dr. Palti. Very good question. I think the question has been asked from time to time since I think 2010 when I was working at the university. So how to encourage private sector to collaborate with higher education institutions to boost any research area. There is no single answer. There is no single bullet. It's always endogenous. To answer your question, Dr. Palti, I think one of the model per my experience of working with other is, collaboration. They just say once the private sector and the university professor, as long as they are oftenly meet, that ecosystem collaboration is there. So talking about the context in Cambodia, private sector, if you see several research by CDOI, several research by think event higher education institution, and I myself, when I was working in higher education as well, private sector they really want to collaborate with university professor, but it's a kind of a platform allowing two of them to meet each other. It's not quite often. Just for instance, what we are doing today. What we are doing today is one of example of how it is done. But from government side, like us, we will make this platform more often in the future, and also looking for fund. I think right now a good ecosystem in Cambodia. You see, government have seen this, like my enterprise, skill development fund, SME bank that you start up, for instance. These are few structural structure of the platform allowing private sector working with higher education institution in terms of research mainly. But this is just a beginning, because all of this structure, skill development fund and other are just newly established late 2020 or late 2019. So along the way, we're gonna do this together. So we just want make sure these two individual, private sector, and education institution work meet quite often. These are the way for immediate way, and along the way, from government side, we are working with guideline, with regulation framework. More. Okay, the next question is from Mr. Dawood, maybe, on do we have mechanism to formulate interact between the government, higher education. Sorry, I cannot read well. Okay, here. Do we have mechanism to formulate interact between government and private sector for job analysis in order to find skill mismatch? This model have in some developed country. Yes, a very good question again. I acknowledge I cannot answer what is the right answer for this, but I believe government is starting to prioritize this sector on skill mismatch. You see several research in 2000, I think in 2012, and then further in 2014, first JICA and then CDOI was addressing the skill mismatch in Cambodia. And I myself at the Ministry of Industry, Science, Technology, Innovation. Now we are formulating a questionnaire already to all SME and industry. What are their skill demands at the private sector? Once this one is done, we will approach university as well. But for us, we will not do only approaching to university. We will include ecosystem, intra and inter SME as well. We have seen SME, the skill is from one SME to another SME. Some SME are good, but it's not the same for other SME. We do also university to the skill transfer. Also more SME. This is what we can do in our as our policy requires this. Okay. Okay, from Prof. Murat, does MISTI plan to create a community? Does MISTI plan to create a community innovation survey in Cambodia? I don't know for if I answer straight to the question, I think I would like to say no, but if I don't know what does it mean, a community innovation survey. But what we are doing right now is STI roadmap. That's what we are doing, and we almost finished the surveys for STI roadmap for Cambodia. That's what I would like to straight answer to Professor Murat on community innovation survey, because we definitely try to find out what are the actual position of our STI ecosystem in Cambodia, both private and public higher education institution as well. And I have done interview cross-ministerial and university as well, and we work with UN ESCAPE for this, and by end of this year we will finish and make the report on STI roadmap for Cambodia. And many other policy is online, is in line for further developments such as tech transfer law, such as industrial innovation policy. So all of these are in our mandate to work in the near future. Next question is from, next question is from Jordan Emilio, USA. What is the role of non-government organization in fostering STEM education and training input for serving the community? Yes, thanks very much, Jordan. We don't forget private government institution. NGO. We have been working recently. We have met few times already with UNESCO. I know, for instance, UNESCO working on STEM education in Cambodia. Few times already, we have met UNESCO, and we are addressing, we are approaching UNESCO our interest in working with UNESCO, because UNESCO, we know UNESCO have been working on STEM education in Cambodia, and we requesting UNESCO for collaboration on STEM education. And additionally, I would like to inform that we are working with UNESCO now on GoSpin project as well. The GoSpin project is a project allowing us to inventorize STI ecosystem in Cambodia. So we have finished the concept note of what we will do together with UNESCO already. So I acknowledge that NGO have been working a lot on STEM education in Cambodia, and for us, we are more than happy to work with private to NGO aside from private sector. Yes. From Dr. Hoklida, I think His Excellency Hoklida asked question: is there any successful case of commercialization of technology from university to industry in Cambodia so far? To my experience, not so much, but I think our speaker, our next speaker, if they have experience, they may share, and KIT as well may have some good experience there, because it's one of the model where a private sector is going together with academic circle. And I myself, I believe we have been working in the form of collaboration, but you know, a commercialize, you know, lead to any tangible, clear commercialization of technology from university to industry. I acknowledge that I have not seen, to my knowledge, for that. And the next question is from Chi Kim. Could Cambodian students make a robot or another result of research in a real industry rather than only robot in school? I think yes. Yes, private sector have been ahead of us. Private sector have been ahead of us on this one, but only university professor, normally we have seen a limited collaboration on that. That's why we need a clear collaboration guideline and legal frameworks to support a university professor to work something on a robot, for instance. But private sector, I think a few investors or some of my friends have been working on this one, on robot for industry, but it's not a big scale to my knowledge. Yes, apology, that's my short answer to Mr. Chi Kim. Miss Chi Kim E. Okay, next question. Sorry, I have many questions this morning. Being privileged to be the first speaker. Yes. Question from His Excellency Hao Pei. What is the major role of MISTI to support university for research and innovation? Thanks, His Excellency, for the question. Yes, we have we have a clear agenda on this one, Excellency, but the question is, I acknowledge that it's quite broad to me, and we have formulating all of this like STI policy, we are working on there, data gathering is there, tech transfer is there, monitoring of science, technology, innovation is there, and we have a National Council of Science, Technology, and Innovation is there, which we invite a relevant stakeholder from university as well to be on board with us, allowing that what are the role of university of higher education institution in STI development ecosystem in Cambodia. We like I always mention that university, research university, play very important role as a, or it can be a strong pillar for STI ecosystem development in Cambodia. If you look in theory, university must produce a good human resource, university must do research, university must have fund, and the fund more or less must be provided by the government, and legal frameworks, a good legal frameworks as a coordinating body, for instance, MISTI must be there as well to allow this ecosystem to happen. Shortly, Excellency Hao Peng, these are my quick answer. I will not go far from university. So university must be surely working with MISTI for a better ecosystem of STI in Cambodia. Next question is Mr. Lai Kong from Lukru. I have a question. How to overcome human resource challenge in implementing of industrial revolution 4.0? All of the question are, I acknowledge it's a big question to me, how to overcome human resource challenges in implementing of industrial revolution 4.0. I see that, industrial revolution 4.0 it's a time that, emerging economy like us will have to grab this opportunity on new techs, especially technology to be applied in industrial 4.0. We have to revisit, we have to rethinking of what is our curriculum in university to address industrial revolution 4.0, because some technology, some curriculum will not be relevant anymore into industrial 4.0. If you look to industrial revolution, shape the world into two patterns. One is material-based economic development, or I can say raw material-based economic development, and another group of countries is processing, like for example UK, they just accept raw material from India and then upgrade value added, and this pattern remain exist even until now for some country who just develop raw material, some country who process their raw material into product. But this industrial revolution 4.0, from education perspective, from human development perspective, we must be ready. AI, blockchain, and virtual reality, all of, or I can say new language will be a language of a future. So this will create another pattern as well. To me, from human resource perspective, we must be ready for this. So curriculum from grade 1 to 12 and higher education as well. We must be ready. We must be, seriously revisit or change to cope this opportunity of industrial 4.0. Next question is from Dr. Ruvata from University of Hong Kong. Yes, Vota, what kind of industry in Cambodia can benefit from industrial university linkage in the next 5 years? just what I, Dr. Wattha, what I wanted to answer is quite broad in the sense that we have no clear agreement or legislative document allowing which sector is the prioritized sector for Cambodia. I would like to say that most of legal document that we have seen so far, I think manufacturing for the short term, we go to agro industry, what have been the priority sector by skill development fund, SME bank, Daicho startup, or Khmer enterprise. So all of they prioritize agriculture, agro industry. And in the medium term or long term, manufacturing must be there. So these are industries should be the benefit in the short term and long term for Cambodia. These are what I can answer in position as a academic scholar, not because why I say not because we don't have any official document allowing what are the top sector. When we identify the top sector for Cambodia, industry will go in line with what is the priority sector there as well. And next question from Dr. Tan Resmay. Dr. Tan Resmay, who is in charge of Department of Tech Transfer. Okay, question we have, I think, Bonthun. Mr. Bonthun is here with us. He's the director of Tech Transfer Departments. I invite him to join our conference today as well. And all the staff of Tech Transfer Department, I invite them to join this seminar as well. I can connect him to you. Dr. Bonthun is a law, master degree law from outside. We understand that tech transfer requires 3 frameworks. One is scientist, third is law, second is law, third one is economic. Because all of us, when you say tech transfer, you cannot forget law, you cannot forget scientists, you cannot forget economic. Because when you do a bigger investment in the future, trade law is very important. Let's say if Dr. Resmay background in the agro industry, you develop a product, surely this product will be trapped by international law. If you want, you cannot, normally you cannot export easily our product to an international market. So law play a very important role there. Economic play a very important, because economists will go to see what are the real benefit from a research and how to transform a research into product. So this ecosystem is met at the Department of Tech Transfer, because we have scientists there, we have lawyers there, we have economists there. So this have been structured at the Department of Tech Transfer at MISTI. Next.
Excellency, Dr. Ho Sing Heng, this may be the very last question for you.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Thanks again. It would be very interactive if it would be a physical meeting, but we will have such event soon. Thanks, Dr. Pini. Dr. Pini in charge of UIL in ITC. How to encourage SME in Cambodia to collaborate with industry. I think it's with the university. What are the key strategy for our department plan to do? Yeah, thanks, Dr. Pini. You are newly in charge of UILO in ITC. I do know that many work for you to do there. SME, I am working with SME. At our ministry, we have 20,000 SME with us. SME are challenging right now. SME really want to work with university, but like what I said, SME they need results yesterday. We cannot wait for any longer. So immediate task of my quick recommendation to you at the university is to go quick as much as possible to collaborate with private sector in terms of, I think you have a platform at ITC. You meet private sector quite often. You do your student do internship. I think almost 1,000 of your student internship at SME. So you do a survey, get what are the real problem there, and our ministry are ready to work with you as well. And sometime soon we will release a kind of report on what are the challenging, what are the need of SME to in terms of technology to work with private sector, to work with university professors. So these are in our agenda to make sure that the real problem SME is outreach to university professor. So please keep in touch and work with us on this, Dr. Pini.